Hello and welcome to Master of Peace. This is a chess-like roguelike experience, and I say chess, but it's not really as the standard form of chess as you might expect. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to start a new game here because I've already played quite a bit of this, and I've actually been having a whale of a time, and this is obviously just the demo version. If you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description. As you can see down in the bottom right, they are planning to launch in the fourth quarter of 2025, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so let's start our journey and we can actually see exactly what is going to happen here. So hunt down the dragon cult and reclaim the stolen orb. And so what we're going to do is we're going to choose our first step. Now we are going to be doing, apparently we're doing the tutorial. Okay, that's fine. All right. We're going to just breeze through it very, very quickly. So you can deploy one mercenary per round. Deployed mercenaries can be cancelled by dragging them. So you can obviously just, take them off the field anytime you like. Now, this initial tutorial battle is only one lane, but when you get further and further in the game, there will be 5 lanes, 4 lanes, 3 lanes, and so on and so forth. And so there's going to be much more strategy and tactics that you're going to need to use to be able to attack the enemy's flag. And the enemy's flag is their base. That is basically their HP. If you can reduce that to 0, you win. However, it's the same thing with the opponent. You also have a flag, and if they defeat your flag and destroy that first, you're going to get absolutely murdered. As you can see here, they're teaching us about speed at the moment. So basically, if you have better speed, speed is the third icon on each individual little tooltip here. If you have more speed, you go first, your unit attacks first and takes no damage. If you have the same speed, then as you can see right here, it's determined randomly. So just bear that in mind. So basically we're going to be attacking here. We're going to hopefully be able to kill them because we have this activatable, which is a sharp dagger. The sharp dagger does 2 damage and it has a cooldown of 3. So 3 turns and then it comes back, and there we go. There we are. We did it. The enemy flag was destroyed and we achieved a victory. And now we can move on to the next stage and a withered crate. A battered crate lies before you, unknown contents awaiting your discovery. We can pry it open and we can recover our flag's durability by 1, which is pretty nice. The crate was full of silver. You claim the loot and press onward. Alright, so our journey begins with the following mercenaries. We have a Helmbreaker, Healer, Watchtower Guard, Apprentice, Explorer, Messenger, and Blacksmith. They all have different stats. They all have different traits. Like, for example, the Helmbreaker here has the Berserk trait, and at the end of each round, he loses 1 HP and gains 2 attack and 1 speed. So he's he's super powerful. If you can increase this guy's HP so that he can make the most, shall we say, of his HP and his trait synergizing together, it's going to be great. It's going to be so fantastic. So yeah, anyway, let's go into our first battle here. This is our first proper battle. No tutorial messages, no nothing. We're going to do this completely ourselves. So you can see here we have 4 lanes. There is an obstacle. There will be obstacles in battles as well. So you're going to have to deal with those too. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to be placing something to tank a little bit of damage from the enemy healer here. And I'm going to be placing the Apprentice. I think that's probably going to be good because we can attack automatically first here, and well, it didn't really do anything unfortunately, but that's okay because we got the Watchtower Guard here as well, and then we're just going to be attacking. It does attack randomly unfortunately, so that's a bit of a problem. I might actually end up dying right now. We might end up actually dying. Hopefully we won't, but let's actually just see what happens here. Maybe we'll be okay. There we go. My Helmbreaker is doing fine. Now we can actually move this guy over here. We're going to have to be very, very careful about this. Oh no, we died. There you go. The Allied flag was defeated. And yes, there you go. We can go on a different journey now. So let us go to the campsite, because here we go. You could use construction resources to build various facilities that will aid your journey, and that is in the full version. If you go to the guild, you can actually change what you're using, as in what kinds of classes you're using in the game. So for example, if I wanted to use ambusher, brawler, and messenger, then I could do that as well. But I'm going to stick with what we had beforehand, and of course there are a number of extras here as well that you can indeed customize. Unfortunately, not in the demo version, but later on. Anyway, we can now move on once again, and here's our first battle. Hopefully we can do a little bit better this time. So this guy's got 1 HP, and this means that I can basically use the Watchtower Guard straight away, and this guy's got the sniping trait. So you can see here, he does not move when attacking. Instead, he attacks a random enemy on the battlefield, and he loses 1 attack at the end of each round. So as you can see, I'm just going to do this. He's going to immediately kill that guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and he's going to attack once again, and I'm going to use Sharp Dagger to obviously eliminate that fellow. Now, this guy's got 3 HP, which means that we're going to have a bit of an issue with him, potentially. However, I think we will probably be okay if we... yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? I think we should probably use... Yes, we'll probably use the Apprentice. The Apprentice looks pretty good right now because he's going to attack first, and then our Watchtower Guard is going to be able to do that. And now, as you can see, we sustained every single one of our units. We have everyone absolutely fine, and they're all fine and dandy. They're all alive. It's great. So we can now do something else here. Let's see. This might be a bit of a problem here. I'm going to go for the healer, I guess, and we'll just delay a little bit. And there we have it. Okay, we've regenerated somewhat, which is quite nice. Let's go for this. Let's go for this. The sniping is going to come in, and that's going to do some damage, which is really nice. And there you go. The enemy has been destroyed, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we do have a trait to acquire. While at the battlefield, increases the speed of all other allies by an amount equal to its own. In other words, if we provide this with the Watchtower Guard, this is going to be extremely powerful for us, because that means, as you can see, all other allies increased their speed by a massive amount, because he has 3 speed, which is really, really nice. So we can go to the bookstore, we can go to the tavern. I'm going to go to the tavern so we can select a particular mercenary, and then we can, upgrade it. Maybe? Or... Ooh, actually, wait a minute. Vigilante Leader. Attack all enemies if there are 3 or more enemies in the battlefield. That seems pretty cool, but... when attacking an enemy, deals damage equal to its attack plus speed combined to the target. Deal damage equal to its speed to all the enemies around the target. That is actually insane. I feel like the clown sounds really, really good. Yeah, you know what? We might want to do that. We might want to do the clown. Okay, let's do the clown right there. Hire the mercenary. Fantastic. And then we're out of there. Okay, so we can go to the shaman's hut, or we can go to the saloon. Yeah, we'll go to the saloon because rumors are basically passive stats as far as I remember. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the Watchtower Guard slightly more powerful here. So let's obtain a rumor. And now what we can do is, as you can see, when placed, grant speed to nearby allies. When placed, grant HP to nearby allies and gain +1 attack. I'm going to be going for +1 attack, even though he does lose attack every single turn. I feel like him being able to snipe on the first turn for 2 damage is going to be quite powerful. Maybe that's wrong, but let's just give it a go, shall we? Now, we can go to the gallows here, which does basically mean that one of our people has to... I mean, we don't technically have to do it if we don't want to, but basically what you can do is you can sacrifice someone and then have the other person gain the trait. So for example, let's say that I wanted the clown to have regeneration. I could technically do that by sacrificing the healer. So if I execute the healer right here, this is not a good idea to do, by the way. I'm just letting you know now. This is not a good idea to do because it is generally much better to leave the healer alive because it has 2 attack, it's got 3 HP, it does have only 1 speed, but in general, it's a great unit. So you don't really want to get rid of that, but I just wanted to demonstrate what the gallows does. And so you can see here that the clown now has regeneration. So there's that. Anyway, there's a card event. Let's see what we can get. You have captured an infamous fugitive. The king now seeks to know your motivation. What compelled you to such deeds? Okay, so we can get a random relic or a random trait. I'll go for the random relic. At the end of each round, all allied units restore 1 lost HP. That is actually super, super good in my opinion, so we're going to get that. And with that new relic, we're going to be entering an elite battle. This is going to be very, very difficult for us. Maybe. It very much depends. We might be able to do okay here. And we're going to be playing the clown almost instantaneously, I think. Because the clown, as you can see, when attacking an enemy, deals damage equal to its this plus this to the target. Deals damage to this all around the target as well. So this is really, really strong. And he also regenerates, which I think is going to be extremely powerful. So what we're going to do is we're going to play him round about here, and I'm going to be using Sharp Dagger first turn. That was probably not the best idea, was it? Yes, I did not read that that guy had rage, but it's okay, because we had more speed than he did, so that makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? Okay, so I want the Watchtower, but the Watchtower Guard, but unfortunately he's not showing himself, so we are going to have to be a little bit careful here. I'm going to just place a guy there. By the way, the mist is very annoying. The mist, basically, as you can see here, mercenaries affected by the fog have their speed reduced to 0, so it's not a good idea to go into that if you can help it, of course, if you can help it. So this guy is unfortunately going to be murdering us in a minute, so we are going to just play this, and that's it. And yeah, as you can see, he's going to do quite a lot of damage to us right now, but that's okay because we can eliminate him straight away with Sharp Dagger. And then our our Watchtower Guard are going to place him right behind this, and look at our speed now. Look at our speed due to the Watchtower Guard being on the field. Every single person has 5 speed, which is absolute insanity, if I do say so myself. And so we are going to just play the blacksmith here. I don't really care if he goes into the mist. That's absolutely fine because we've won. We've won, and that was an elite battle. Can you believe it? Anyway, the first allied mercenary to defeat an enemy in battle has their HP doubled. That sounds absolutely insane for the clown. We could also take this. At the end of each round, if there are no mercenaries in hand, create a sentinel with 3 in all stats in hand. Okay, so I know for a fact that the Mysterious Elixir is really, really good. I've used this before. So we're going to be taking the Mysterious Elixir, even though the other one could be insanely fun, you know. Just put that on someone like the clown with 5 HP, and then all of a sudden he has 10 HP. Can you imagine? That would be insanely good. Anyway, when obtained, remove 1 mercenary and select 2 allies to grant them a random positive rumor. That would actually be pretty useful. When obtained, select a mercenary from the expedition. The chosen mercenary will always be included in the mercenaries drawn at the start of battle. That sounds really, really good actually as well, because what I want to do is I want to get the clown every single time we begin a battle. That is going to be very, very useful for us. Okay, so we got the gallows again. I don't really want to do anything here. Don't see the point in it. I mean, technically, I could have technically executed someone that isn't as useful if I wanted to do that. But you know what? I kind of didn't want to. So yeah. Anyway, let's obtain a rumor right here. When attacked, reduce all damage received by 1. When placed, grant this to nearby allies. When placed, grant this to nearby allies. We're going to be getting resilient, reduce all damage received by 1. That sounds absolutely fantastic. If that reduces damage that people do by 1 and people attack you for 1, I actually wonder whether it reduces the damage taken by, well, I mean, it reduces the damage to 0. I was kind of hoping that that would be the case, but maybe not. Anyway, the villagers approach the expedition and ask them to investigate the sharp claw marks left on the tree. Okay, so we can recover our ally flag's durability by 2, or we can obtain a positive rumor as a reward. We will obtain the reward here, and as you can see, wow, the clown is literally now going to be gaining the recovering rumor, which is insane, because at the end of each round there's a 30% chance to heal damage taken during the previous round. That is crazy. The villagers expressed their most profound gratitude upon discovering there was no danger contained within the forest. And this is the final boss. Yes, we're already at the final boss. And now let me tell you right now, I've never defeated this. Yes, I have never ever defeated this, so this is going to be very interesting. Anyway, in boss battles, a fortress exists instead of a flag, and destroying the fortress does not lead to victory. The fortress activates various effects depending on its current health. At the end of each round, the boss moves to an adjacent movable tile, and victory can only be achieved by defeating the boss. So that's what we're going to do. So what we need to do is we need to, let's see, at the end of each round, summon a strong fireborn mercenary at a random location. Yeah, we're going to have to do damage to the fortress as fast as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the clown round about here. And we're going to play... can I do damage to this? No. Okay, so I'm going to leave Sharp Dagger for the moment. And we're going to have to... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is going to be very problematic. Okay, I'm thinking we'll play... You know what? I want the Brave Watchtower Guard. We're going to be playing that straight up. This guy's going to be doing 4 damage to us, which is pretty harsh. Let's play this right here. There we go. Nice. Eliminated that due to Blade Dance. You see that? You see how much damage that did? That was insane. That was so incredibly damaging. And bear in mind that the clown is so powerful now due to his speed being increased dramatically that he is just going to be crazy powerful right now. Okay, so we can actually move this guy over here now. And there we go. Good damage. The clown is literally carrying us to victory right now. I think we might actually win just purely because of the clown. Which is very funny because I actually didn't think that that was going to be the case. Look, we're actually going to kill... We're going to kill this guy? We're going to kill the boss? I think we're going to kill the boss. I think we are actually going to kill the boss right now. That would be very funny if that is indeed the case. Because, as I said to you, I have never done this before. Which is quite amazing. Yeah, we're not going to kill the boss just yet, but the clown is going to kill him in a second. Yeah, we can just play this right here. And, yeah, there he's dead. He's out of there. There we go. The boss was defeated. You have achieved victory. Thank you for playing the demo. We plan to return with improved game, including 3 additional regions and additional content upon full release. And if you have any bugs, feedback, etc., go and report it in the Discord and so on and so forth. And yeah, wishlist it on Steam if you like what you've seen so far. And there is a link in the description to do that if you want to. And for me personally, I absolutely love this game. I think the graphic style itself is so incredibly aesthetically pleasing. I very much appreciate that. First of all, and then second of all, I very much appreciate all of the strategy and tactics that you are going to be able to perpetrate in the game itself. Because let's face it, we haven't even gotten to the meat of the game. You know, campsites and things like that. Being able to do that would be super fun. Being able to customize your warband a little bit more as well would be amazing too. And I mean, literally, us getting the clown was the most ludicrous character that I've seen so far, and that's the kind of really cool, fun stuff that you can even do in this game. The ability to just create some crazy monster of a character that just murders everything in his path. Anyway, there's a link in the description. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.